Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, advancers. What it do? What it do this morning? It is a great Friday morning. We vibing to some new music this morning from our music director, Isaiah. Just take a moment to bounce to it for a second. Yeah, Isaiah got bangers. He really got bangers. Kiari said, "Hey, deep fire." Hey, guess what? We're gonna have our music director on. I just saw him pop in the back room. This is gonna be awesome. We want to say good morning to all of our dancers. I'm looking at the chat. It looks like we have Michelle in the building. We've got Greg here. We've got Miss Tanya Campbell here this morning. Paula is with us. She's loving the new music as well. We have Tamisha in the building. Tamisha, I was trying to get you on this one. Trying to get you on. I never heard back, but next Friday or the next segment, we got to get you on. We got Kiari, we got Leah, the Sunshine Trader, in the building this morning. Kingdom Trader is with us this morning. He says, "Good morning, Kingdom citizens." We've got the savant himself, Mr. Tim Campbell, in the chat with us this morning. We've got, looks like Tim Williams is with us this morning. We've got a full crew. How y'all doing this morning? Tamisha says, "Oh no, I didn't see you." Yes, next time. Hey, next time, what I'm gonna do, Tamisha, is just send you the link. I'm gonna send you the link. And we got to get you on because I know you've been over there killing it with trades. But this is our Tarris and New Friends show. We get an opportunity to allow some newer traders, some traders that have been with us for a little while, but they haven't been on the stage. They haven't had the opportunity to go through the charts live and get feedback. So we give them that opportunity. This is an opportunity for growth. It's an opportunity to show how much you've learned, but it's an opportunity for the audience to see the path of growth. And so you'll see we've got some traders on here that have been trading for a little while. We've got some that have been trading for a little bit longer, but you will see where you are. You'll find yourself somewhere in this episode today for sure. So before we get started, we're going to take a moment to pray for a second. Father, we thank you for this day. For this is the day that you have made, and we're going to rejoice and be glad in it. We thank you for giving us life. We thank you for bringing us together even this morning, oh God. I thank you for every panelist that has decided to join, oh God. I pray that you continue to bless them, oh God. I pray that you continue to bring this group and this kingdom group closer together and that we will walk in one. I pray even this morning that our eyes are clear, that our vision is clear, and that we will see the charts clearly, oh God. Let your mind be in our mind, oh God. In Jesus' name, amen. We are going to bring up to the stage, first of all, this is our music producer. He said, "Will you make some more music for me, Zeke?" This is Zeke. I'm bringing Zeke up. What's up, Zeke?
What's up? Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. I'm glad to be here.
You sitting there chilling in the dark? There we go. Give us a little bit of light.
I gotta get some lights on. I'm up though.
Hey, I tried to call you this morning. It went straight to voicemail.
I know. Yeah, my phone was on Do Not Disturb, and I'm like, there go Tarris. He gonna get me.
That's what I figured. I figured it was Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
We got Zeke this morning. Next up, y'all seen her face. You see her every Monday. She's our resident doctor. She's our head coach. That's what I like to call it. She get our minds right with her Mind Matters segment. I'm going to bring up Dr. Ann this morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, Isaiah. I've never met you.
Good morning, Dr. Ann. I know. Good to see you.
You as well.
This is what it's all about. Like, some of us have been just in the background on the backside of the desert. And now you're being brought to the forefront. That's a prophetic word.
I know.
Yeah, but we got Dr. Ann, and then the last face you're going to see You know who he is. He's the Viking. The Viking tradesman is with us this morning. Mr. Willie, a.k.a. Billy, is here this morning. What's up, Billy?
Morning, guys. How you doing?
Good.
What's up, Billy?
You bringing the energy this morning, Billy?
Oh, man, I just been jamming to the beat. Just loving it. Isaiah,
Yeah.
you laid it down, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
He's so skilled doing it. He is so skilled. and the one that you posted yesterday on Facebook?
Yeah,
bro,
you like that one?
Bro, yeah.
You like, yeah. I'm gonna send that one too. I got you, so everybody else can hear it. Yeah, it's done.
That one is it.
Appreciate
and
it,
I got the other one too that I'm gonna play a little bit later.
Oh, you gonna play it? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right,
We're gonna introduce it. Yeah.
Great.
These are our traders. Before we get started with anything, we have to put up our disclaimer. So take a moment, view the disclaimer, read the disclaimer. But trading does involve substantial risk of any loss or of loss, and is not suitable for all individuals. This live stream is for entertainment and educational purposes only. We're not financial advisors. Find a financial advisor if you're making investment decisions. But biggest thing is do your own research. Learn how to trade, read the chart, learn how to read the charts, and take trades at your own risk. We are not liable for any losses, any gains, trading decisions made based on the content of the stream. We're not liable for it at all. So past performance is not indicative of future results. Viewers participate in trading activities at their own risk. Whew. It's time, y'all. It's time to get into the charts a little bit. We are going to take a look at news for the day before we get fully into the charts. I know we do have some music, some news. Yeah, I'm on music. We got some news coming up a little bit later. So I'm going to share my screen briefly. All right. So we do have news today. It's Friday, June 21st. There was news last night, GBP news. Also, we had some Euro news, 2 in the morning. Had a couple things going on, red folder news in the morning. But for the United States, we have a couple red folder news coming out at 8:45 this morning. And so we have the flash manufacturing PMI and then flash services PMI as well. Both of those are red folder, and both of those can actually affect the market. So we're going to be looking out for that. That news won't come out while we're on, but we'll be looking for levels that it can potentially go to when that news comes out. But most of all, we're going to give our traders an opportunity to flex that muscle, flex that charting muscle. Y'all ready? I didn't hear nobody say I'm ready. Are y'all ready?
I'm
ready.
I want to give Isaiah and Dr. Ann a chance to shine today, so I'm just going to be here in the background, help out when I can.
Dr. Ann. Nope, you are not good, Dr. Ann. Hold on. You are good. Let me say that. Because you have been killing it, kind of hidden, killing it trading wise. I called Dr. Denise the other day, and she was on the phone with you, or she was with you going through strategy and stuff, and I'm like, all right, if you're connected to Dr. Denise, I know you're getting it over there. I know what you're doing.
Amazing. She was amazing.
Listen, she said I'm on with Dr. Ann. I was like, cool, do your thing. But we're going to give you an opportunity. Are you looking at anything in particular this morning right now?
I'm actually looking at gold.
Okay. You want to share your screen?
Yeah, let me see.
Yeah.
I don't see how I can share my screen.
You should have the present button.
Yes. Share screen.
Yep.
Okay, now I got to find it. You know, this is my first time doing this, so
yeah.
Facebook with me.
You gotta find which one you're gonna share.
Yeah, because I got to make sure I got HIPAA stuff going on, so I got to make sure.
Oh yeah. Click on the right one.
Yeah, I don't even see. Oh, I
You'll
see it.
that? Okay.
Can y'all see that?
In a moment. There we go.
Okay, so I was looking at go and advances. I am in no way an expert trader. I've been trading I started trading in 2020 with Dr. Jessica. So, and then I took a year off. So I came back in actually when I started with ATK.
And how's that experience been since you started with ATK?
Oh my God, amazing. I understand it differently. So when I was in Club Millionaire, I received great instructions on analyzing the charts, the technicals. And so coming into ATK, I was able to actually put those things in practice. And what's more, I had the opportunity to be more one-on-one, like with Tim doing coaching. And so I was able to take that knowledge and actually put it in practice. So I'm coming around. I'm grateful to God because He's opening my eyes and I'm seeing the charts and understanding it differently. And I didn't use technicals before, and so now I know how to use them. I try not to overuse them, and so I still like to. What I like to do is I like to analyze the charts first, and like Tim talked about last night, the top down. So I'm going to go in when I'm dealing with gold and indices. My higher time frame is 4 hours. I'm going to look at the day. I'm going to look at the week, maybe, just to see where the high is. But my higher time frame really begins at 4 o'clock. I mean, 4 hour. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the 4 hour, and I'm going to mark out areas that I think are important zones. Okay. And so that yellow at the top is that's the high of the high. I went to the day and I found the high of the high. I put it in yellow. And then on the 4 hour, I mark out zones that I feel are important and I put them in pink. And then I go down to, this is not what you asked me for, is it, Tarris?
No, this is exactly what I'm asking for. I want to see how you're analyzing the charts. You're already on a great start with the top-down analysis. So I'll let you begin. And
so I have my 4 hours marked in pink, and I put them in different colors so I can know that they're on different time frames. And then I go down to the hour, and I'm going to see what zones are important on the hour, and I'm going to mark them in this teal color. And so most of the time I'm going to draw my fib either on the 1 hour or the 15 minute, whichever one I can better see the move. Okay. And so once I do that, I'm also, when I put that 4 hour area and that 1 hour area in, I'm also looking to see if it's around a psychological number or a whole number. And sometimes it's right on a whole number, right in that area. So that's what I'm looking for, because I know those numbers can be important. And so once I get to the hour, I'm looking to see where is it in reference to my area for the hour and my area for the 4 hours. So when I look at this, it has it went above this area and then it came back and retested and it went back up. It's going back up, and on the fib it's touching the zero. Now I can look at this and say, I believe eventually it's going to go back up and touch this 4 hour. Why? Because we have when I look back over here, I see this fair value gap. And I feel like I'm going to fill that gap. But I feel like it's going to go down before it goes up. And so what I did was I said, where do I think it's going to go? I think it's going to retest back down to probably the 50. Why do I say that? Because when I look over to the left, the 50 has been significant in where it has retested. And so in both directions, the 50, for me, the 50 has been significant. So my bias, and they could be wrong. And I'm looking for, and another thing that I was looking for, it touched this area right here twice. And I was looking for it this morning to touch again and show some exhaustion, and that's what it's doing before I get in on the down. But I believe it's going to go down and then go back up.
So go down to the 50, to the 50.
Yeah, around the 50 and then go back up. That's my I may be wrong, but.
I like your eyes on that. Can you show us how you drew your fib?
I drew my fib. I think I drew it from this move I drew it for the whole move. So let me see if it's the same one. That. That's why I drew my fifth.
Okay. Yeah.
I drew it on that whole move. Because I started to stop it right here in this area, but it didn't capture enough for me. So I took the whole move.
Yeah.
Right there.
The other thing I like about that is at the 50, you also have that buy fair value gap.
Yeah.
Right there. And like you said, at the 50, it's been really important level. It's been a level of support, resistance. And so I definitely could see it coming down, retesting that area, and then pushing up to that 4 hour as well. So I love it. Now, when you're going on the 4 hour, what are you looking for? Are you looking for overall trend? How do you determine overall trend?
So I usually determine the overall trend probably from the day. I'm going to go on the day and say, what are we doing? So on the day we look bullish. Then I'm going to go down to the 8 hour. And I would say on the 8 hour we look bullish. So it looks bullish to me on the higher time frames. When I get to the 4 hour, I'm looking for trend again. We're still bullish, but then the 4 hour I start looking for areas that it has. I call it that it's most active. That it's been more active. And sometimes I'll switch over here and look for touches up and down, and that I'll make that decision then to put it over there, put my area there.
Yeah, and what you just did, switching from candle to line.
Yeah,
I know that's something that I used to do quite a bit. It does allow you to see a lot clearer. Sometimes as far as points, levels, peaks, that kind of thing. I would use that heavily, especially when I first started. When it came to marking out support and resistance, there's no guesswork when you have the line instead of the candle. So that's awesome. Corey had a question. I'm going to pose it to you. Corey says, what does this mean by her 50? Where and what is the 50?
It looked like Tim answered it, but the first 50 I was talking about is on my fib. And you see that 50 right there is the number on your fib. I call it that. I call it the indecision area because it's halfway between top. So it's that 50%. And a lot of times things will retrace to that 50%. The other 50 is on the MAs. That my red, if you can see it, that red line is my 50 on the MA. So it's the 50 is 50, the 200, and the 50, the 800, and the 200. But then Dr. Denise had me put some high water, low waters. I'm still learning that. I can't tell you about high water, low water yet. But
I'm looking at your chart. And I'm laughing to myself because I'm like, I've seen charts like this before. Like the way you're detailed in it. I see the Dr. Denise influence, and I love it. I absolutely love it. As far as marking your levels in different colors for different time frames, I think that is so valuable. So you can look at a chart no matter what time frame it is, and know where the levels are for each time frame. It's super detailed and easy to do that. I think that's dope. Love your analysis. So looking at this, what would be your trade idea? Like, what are you looking for to get in a trade?
I'm actually looking in to get into the buy. I'm not the buy, the sell. I was actually looking into taking it down to the 50.
To catching it down. Okay.
Yeah, catching it down to the 50. And so I'm seeing that exhaustion. So I'm still biased on going down to the 50. I'm still looking for my entry. And look, if you look at this, there's an M pattern right there.
Yeah.
It's starting to form an M pattern. And this is going to be our neckline.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's good. That's candlestick anatomy right there. That's a beautiful M pattern too.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, for me, I use the MAs and the VWAP and all of that. But I like to analyze my chart first and then put the MAs and the VWAP on it to see how accurate I am in red. I don't like to use them to analyze the charts.
Yeah.
I like to analyze and then pop them on, to see, okay, yeah, it's doing this. It's closing up under that low water, it's possible. So that's how I like to do it. I don't put them on first.
Yeah. No, and that's perfect. I do the same thing. I want to analyze with almost a naked chart first, and then I'll start to add everything else to really make sure I'm seeing things the way I should. So typically, when you do it without the MAs and then add the MAs or VWAP, you're going to see some confluences on what you're seeing. So that's awesome. I know it looks like Corey said, can you show how to draw that fib again?
Okay. So I drew it on the 1 hour. Let me delete it. I drew on the 1 hour, and what I'm looking for is a trend. And so the trend, and I'm looking for a trend within the current time that's relevant to current time. Now, I probably could have started right here, but I wanted to catch the whole trend. And so I started from here. Of course, you click the fib icon, and I put my cursor at that
bottom point. Yep.
Bottom point, and I'm going to take it up to where that trend started to change right here at the top. Fib to body is what I've learned. Not fib to body. What is it called? Tip to body? Something to body.
Yeah, it's to the body of the candle, not necessarily the wick of the candle at the top.
Right, from wick to body. That's what. That's
wick to body. Yeah.
And then I drew it to right there where we got that long cell candle, that long red candle. So I drew it to the top of that last green candle before the red candle kicked in.
Okay. Yeah, that's perfect. Corey, hopefully that helps you see how to draw that fib. Another important thing is going to be your fib settings as well, and that's something that we'll get in. I think I want to say Tim does have training videos on that, but we can get you that information in the Discord. But that Fibonacci tool is super, super valuable.
It is
super valuable for entries, exits, even the trade management. There's times where we're in an uptrend, and just like this situation, and it reverses on us. And we think that's just the reversal, but a lot of times it's just going back down to the 50, like you said, or just going down to grab some more liquidity, and then it's going to continue up. But if you don't know that, if you haven't drawn a fib, or you're used to the way a certain instrument moves, a lot of times you'll sell yourself short and you'll get out of the trade instead of holding on, just knowing, hey, it's just a pullback to this level and it's going to continue. But your idea, Dr. Ann, as far as catching the sell down, it's a counter trend move, but I like the counter trend move. I like it. It's a little more risky sometimes, but I like the counter trend move, and I've had success with it. So with that being said, what else are you looking for? I know you've got exhaustion. What else are you looking for to actually enter that trade? And if you don't mind, can you put like a trade idea up?
My trade idea would be a short. If I would like to get in, probably I would like to see it come up under that and then down to the 50.
Okay.
So that's kind of my idea right there. And maybe not quite at the 50. That's a fair value gap right there. So I know somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
That would be my trade idea.
Yeah, because you've seen sometimes it won't get quite there, especially when there's a fair value gap right there. It won't give you an exact touch, but somewhere in that area. For sure.
That's a what, 2 to 8, 2 to 1, 2 to something. But that's a good trade. That's what it is. Let's just call it that. That's a good
that
trade.
Worked out.
Now, if that idea works,
it
would be good. See, we're getting the exhaustion, and we're getting the red candles.
Yep. Now, looking left. I know we're getting exhaustion there. Are there any other levels right there? I know there's that big cell value gap, but any other influences there?
Well, for me, any other confluences?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to go through the time frames, and this is where I'm still learning advances about divergence.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a little divergence here, and I go through the time frames to see divergence. So this was divergent earlier; it's not now.
Yeah.
Then now here's one I don't know. Is this considered This is not considered divergent, right?
Draw your line from peak to peak.
I don't know how to use this line tool. Which tool y'all use to draw the line?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that I normally use.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? You can switch it up. I know there's
it don't move like I like it to move, but
yeah. But if you're looking from peak to peak, it looks like that one goes.
That peak doesn't look divergent to me. No. If it is, it's very, very. He said, uncheck the magnet. Where's the? This is the Where's the magnet? Right here. Oh, cool.
I was wondering why yours was moving like that.
I'm like, why is it like, I never use. I'm like, why is this thing moving? I don't like it. And so when I come down here and do the same thing, that's a little divergent. To me, that's not a big divergence.
Yeah.
Is it? And so, but basically, when I'm going through the time frames looking for divergence, that's the next thing. Now, here is my disclaimer. I see that I can see divergence and recognize. I don't know what to do with it. I just know there's divergence. Like, do I get in on this 1 minute divergence or 2 minute divergence? That I have not.
So if you're having divergence on multiple time frames, everything else is lining up. Divergence can be a signal for entry, for sure. And so I know you got it on multiple time frames. Sometimes you're not going to see it on all time frames. But if everything else is lining up with that divergence, I like to enter on the lower time frame. So I am going to be around that 5 or that 1 minute looking for entry. A lot of times I will throw my MAs up there too, because you can see it reject or bounce off of a MA. But pretty much with your trade, this trade I did, it sounds like you were looking to see if it's going to break that neckline. Is that what you're waiting on to enter?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, right here. Okay. This is the neckline right there.
So Tim, if that answers your question, Tim's in the chat. He says, "When are you jumping in it?"
Should I already be in it, Tim?
Listen, some people get in earlier. Some people wait. She has a trading plan. She knows what she's looking for. The break of that neckline. Now, with the break of the neckline, what exactly do you want to see? Do you want to see it just?
I want to see it break up the neckline and then a retest, and then come down. So actually, that'll be my entry. See?
Yep. Yeah. So that's why I wanted to hear like that break and that retest of it. Yeah. I think that's a super solid entry. Tim says I'm ready. he tried to push you.
I see. If you click the button, Tim, I'll click it.
Listen, this is actually a trade that I may get in as well. Billy, what are your thoughts on it?
Yeah, I like it. I like the M pattern there. I've got a couple of trend lines in this area as well, and so one of my trend lines isn't quite down towards the 50, like Dr. Ann was saying. It's a little bit higher. It's kind of lines up with the big green candle and then the big red one that came down. And
Really, I'm gonna stop sharing so you can share your screen.
Yeah.
Before you do that, this is just a tip. Well, you stop sharing. It's okay. A tip is, if you're going to be looking at anything else, make sure you set an alert so you do not miss your entry. You don't
want to. I usually set alerts. You're right.
Yeah. Set an alert. Because I think this is a solid trade. So I am setting an alert as well. But cool, Billy, you can share your screen, and then we'll get Zeke. Let's see what Zeke is looking at. Oh, sorry, Billy. I took you off stage. There we go.
All right, so I got a couple of trend lines here that I had drawn up, and one of them is, this one, which is just a kind of a minor level compared to this one, and I'll explain that in a minute. But we had these two peaks. We had this one, and this is where Dr. Ann put the top of her fib. And so trend lines are kind of subjective. You got to move them around a little bit. But I could see, a slight break there. We pulled back, and now we're on top of that. And so if we extend this one down, so we're kind of coming on top of that. The other trend line that I see is this one, which is more of a major trend. Let me get rid of that one because it's no longer necessary. But we had it as supported through here, broke it, used it as resistance, climbed back on top, and now we're going back up. And so I can see this play as a counter trend play, but sometimes you could get some good moves there. And so I believe, here, let me throw a fib on like Dr. Ann did here. Like that. So the 50 PRZ is down here, which we do have structure. But I would be a little bit careful in watching it all the way down, just because of these other trends right in here. So when you enter the trade, I would definitely protect it when you feel that it's a good point to, just because of the counter trend, these trend lines here. We could break this downward trend line to come and retest this upward one here, because this one coming up is a stronger trend line. We've had more tests on it than this one up here. This one kind of looked like it just wanted to carry it back down to here. And then we've got where they're crossing. We do have some structure here, a little bit here, and here. So
at the cross of the trend lines, you've got some structure there. Those are important things to look at as well. It's just another level of analyzing, making sure you're not missing anything at all. So trend lines, extremely important.
Yeah, and they're not the end all, but it is structure to look at. But with this move coming up, it would be nice to see a nice healthy pullback to the 38.2, the 50 PRZ, and then go up. But this is where I have a little bit of caution there, because a strong trend move up can come down to the 23.6 and then continue higher. So that's where you got to watch those counter trend plays, is that you don't get faked out in this area thinking it's going to come down further, and then it just rejects, because there's a strong possibility of that. And I think watching the TDI will definitely help.
Yep, TDI will definitely help. And then when you get in profit and you feel comfortable, move your stop loss, so it's risk free at a certain point. So yeah, cool. Yep. I appreciate that, Billy. Hey, Zeke, you're about to be up, buddy. We got to see.
Oh goodness.
What you're looking at, how you're looking at things. It's a safe space, so definitely, share how you want to share. Now, while you're doing that, while you're preparing, I gotta switch up the music.
For sure. Gotta switch it up. And
I'm gonna ask you which one you want to hear. Well, actually, no, I'm not. I'm taking that.
Yeah, it surprised me. I done sent you so much that at this point, you can play anything.
Listen, we about to go with this. This is once again, Zeke is our music director. These all of these beats are curated by Zeke. This is one he sent me yesterday, and I felt like it was so much emotion in this track right here. So yeah, we're gonna rock to this one. Billy, I'm gonna take your screen off. Are you ready to share your screen, Zeke?
Yeah, let me figure out how to do that. Do I just mirror my camera or
just hit present?
Oh, okay.
And then hit share, and then it'll give you all your tabs up there. Just click the tab that you want to share.
Okay, perfect.
Once again, Dr.
Nervous geek, like Tim said, no judgment zone here.
For sure.
This is how we help each other and get better. And one of the ways that we can do that is just showing some vulnerability.
Definitely.
You know, and that's what family's for, man. Like, show that vulnerability, let us help you out, and help make each other stronger.
Yep,
definitely, for sure. Appreciate that, Billy. I think I gotta close out and reopen it in order to share my screen because it's being weird with my Mac computer. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, you got a Mac computer?
The Mac.
You had to say.
Yeah.
While Isaiah is getting ready, I'm gonna have to jump off in about 8 minutes. I have patients starting at 9.
Okay. No, sounds good. Sounds good. Once again, Doctor, your analysis was spot on. I'm actually in the trade.
Really?
Yeah, I got in a little early. Very small. I went in with I think 1. And so I'm up just $60, nothing major at all. If it does break that neckline, then I will potentially go in a little heavier on it. I'll add some to it, but I feel like your analysis was spot on. Anyone else?
Neckline pretty quickly.
Yeah. Anyone else in the chat in that trade?
I'm not in it. I probably should have entered. I actually had an entry a little earlier, an idea. It's something that I've seen play out a lot. But one thing I wanted to say is I noticed when I went to that 5-minute time frame, we have that M pattern showing up. Mm-hmm. The bottom of the last leg that started this M pattern is kind of in between those trend lines around like that 23.6 DRZ. Mm-hmm. And so I would say, you know, if you carry the trade down to that point, you know, definitely protect your trade. And if you wanted to carry it lower, just kind of, you know, watch everything and see how it's all panning out with your TDI and things like that. But that's a pretty good target, I would say, to go to take profit, and then, you know, kind of do you at that point. But structure wise in a counter trend, I think that's a really good target to go to.
Yep. Yeah, I agree. Tim, I see you didn't take it. There is a couple people. Mia is in it. Tim, your comment is actually great. You didn't take it, but it was a good call at the double top. I probably would have taken it literally at the double top when it retested that area, creating that M pattern. Is when I would have probably gotten in instead of waiting for the neckline. Like, you know, it's retested that same area in the same way, and then get in and run it down. But hey, Zeke.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
have a great day, everyone.
All right.
You too, Dr. Ann. Great job today. Thanks for showing up.
Yep. Thank you.
Zeke, I just saw your screen and I had it up here.
Yeah. So I was looking at currently.
It went away. I don't see it.
Let me bring it back up. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me change it.
Yeah, Tim, you said that the width on the 15 minutes. Yep.
So right now, I guess I've been kind of looking at everything and just kind of going through and labeling lines of support and resistance in this trend line. But predominantly, I've been really looking at US 30 and seeing kind of how that's been moving. I know it looks like a lot of lines. I'll use these lines just off the time frame. So I normally like to go from take the highest high and then the lowest low and put that as my support in the business. And then as I get lower in the time frame, I start to create more support lines and resistance. And I'm kind of looking for like more like how it's like kind of like break of structure, I guess you could say. So kind of like here, how it was like a break of structure, and came up into this zone, and then now it's like kind of like in this zone, and it's been playing in this zone. So and then what I'll do is that I'll end up focusing on this zone. This trend line right here is from the 4 hours. So I can just take that off because I'm really looking at more of the smaller time frames. So I really do like analyzation on the hour. I still, not gonna lie, still gotta get better at using the fib tool. So that's definitely something that I definitely need a little bit more help with. And I don't have my VWAP on. If I have the VWAP, I think I probably would be able to analyze it a little bit better. But I just think I just kind of like how I've been used doing it. And then of course just the break of the trend. So I mean, right now it's touching the trend line that I have set up, but it hasn't really broke through it yet. So I'm kind of just sitting here watching it. And then as I go down from the lower time frames, I'll look at like the 15 minute. Shout out to my mom who kind of helped me look at the 15 minute. And just kind of see once again how my trend line is looking. It looks like my support and resistance line is still remaining consistent. And so I'll continue to go down while also looking at the TDI. I'll look at it to see if I'm seeing any type of start ends because I'm usually trading on like between the minute and the 5 minutes. So it looks like right here, kind of like that trend line. It's building that trend line, and now it's kind of falling under that trend line. So kind of course, like since I'm getting more lower in the time frames, can't really analyze it too well just because of how much the moves are being moved. So at this point, I kind of will start to look at the trend lines and seeing if it'll hit this line right here. I believe this is the resistance line. Hitting this line, and if it comes all the way up to here, and then of course I believe on the TDI, it'll come up to that on there as well, which is the red band, and then which would probably depending on if it's a shark fin or a false shark fin or not. That's what I'll end up making my play. And then I'll put like for example, I just put in like once it gets up to here, which I'll normally put an alert in for as well.
Your screen disappeared on us again.
Oh, it disappeared?
Yeah. Good old MacBook.
Yeah, good old Mac. Good old Mac. Let me see. Can you guys see it now?
There we go.
There you go. Okay. So, yeah, I'll set an alert at my line up here, and then I'll wait for it to come up here and see if it's a good play or not. And then, of course, for this one, since I kind of already missed this shark fin, which was down here, I actually, while Dr. N was talking, I did make a play right here. And so I got in here. I wanted to get in a little bit earlier, but I got in like kind of like right here, and I kind of played it up. It's a small scalp, and I got out of it. But clearly, if I would have trusted myself, I would have probably still been in profit.
So, quick question: what were you seeing to get into that trade? Yeah, you did get in late on it. You didn't catch it at the bottom, but you should have had some good profits on it. But what made you say, "Hey, this is a point to get in"?
Yeah. So when kind of like how I was just talking about, like how I was breaking it down. By time frame, what I noticed was it was down here at like below the green band, the green RSI band, and it was like, oh, this is looking like a shark fin. It's below the level 25, and based off what I've learned, it's like that's where it could be a really good shark fin. So I wanted to get in here as I was looking down at the time frame. But we were having our conversation. I was looking at Dr. and her gold trade to where it started to shoot up. So I missed it by a little bit, but I definitely wanted to, instead of getting right here, I wanted to get in more like down here in this area. I wanted to catch it down there, but I wasn't able to. So
Yeah, that was a great 1 minute shark fin play. And yes, you can find structure on the 1 minute. Absolutely. The trusty 1 minute shark fin. I love it. you know I love that. That's my play right there. So it looks like where you caught it, where you actually entered. Let me see if we look left, what else was there? Definitely at the bottom of that move would have been the best entry when you got in, when it was coming up. But I guarantee you, if you look left, there would have been some other confluences as well there. You probably would have found another level of support and resistance. So you may have had to look further left to find it. Just where it bottomed out at. If you continue to look left, more than likely you're going to find something else to line up with it. And then I know some of us are using fair value gaps. I actually connect with you on how to do that because there's an app that you can use for not an app but an indicator for fair value gaps.
Perfect.
Yeah, that 1 minute shark fin scalp. I'm not gonna say it's undefeated, but
shout out to you, shout out Dr. Denise, shout out Ezra, shout out everybody.
Dr. Denise said, "All right, Isaiah, nice call on the scalp. You're definitely doing a good job."
Thank you.
Kingdom Trader said, "Love the 1 minute." Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah. I don't care what Tim says. There is structure in 1 minute.
What that did too is because I was looking at a couple of different time frames, the 5 minute, 3 minute, 2 minute, and all of them had shark fins at that level. And if you look at the 2 minute, it used the 800 moving average. It kind of tapped that and then pushed up. And looking left, we had at like 2:36 to basically 3 o'clock in the morning. There was some structure right there where it had supported it. And it kind of went into this range. And so that was a good buy at the bottom of that range with that shark fin, the 2 minute 800, back up to structure.
Yeah, it's amazing when you look at the 1 minute and some of those lower time frames, how many times you see that shark fin play out. Now, when we say shark fin, traditionally we're talking about below the 25, above the 75 on the TDI. However, it's not a set fast rule. It doesn't have to be below the 25 or above the 75. You'll see actually most of those shark fins that are playing out don't necessarily fit that criteria. And so I know that was one thing I had to switch and kind of turn a switch off in my head because I only considered a shark fin being above the 75 or below the 25, especially when we were trading Forex. But the 1 minute, it's a little bit different on those lower time frames. It looks like Tim said the 1 minute millionaires. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
We're operating on that lower time frame. The 1 minute is great for timing entries. It definitely is. It definitely is. So Isaiah, just to pick your brain a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Because we got you on here. How long have you been trading?
Well, I've been trading probably. I started boot camp in February. So I've probably been trading for about 2-3 months now.
Okay.
Still getting familiar with everything, still gaining all the knowledge that I can. It's crazy. I started to read books more, you know what I'm saying? So I've just been reading more books as far as just growth and trading, as well as, just kind of just waking up and just looking at the charts, just trying to see if what I'm looking at and what I'm doing is the right thing. So I just kind of been just playing around with it. I'm still in my first challenge. Thankfully, I have not blown my first challenge yet.
I was going to ask you.
I'm still trying to bring it up. Still trying to bring it back up. Sorry, but I'm not quitting. So I'm definitely using it as practice so that, of course, if I need to reset or something like that, then it's like I'm gonna be more ready than I was. But definitely, it's been a journey, and I've been enjoying it. I know the ultimate goal for this, and I also really know, God's plan for me. So I think that just doing the best that I can right now, and just being on the cause like I am, taking that step out, and being on the cause like I am right now, is very important. So I appreciate everybody, for giving me the space to kind of just be me and ask all the questions that I need to, what I'm saying, help me out. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Absolutely. You've been doing a great job. I know you've had that challenge for a while. It's been a good little while. We've been talking about it, but you haven't blown it at all. It's been slow and steady. You've been trying to bring that account back up, and you will bring it back up. Keep working on it. We'll connect. We should do a one-on-one. Schedule one-on-one. We can work out a trading plan on how to bring that up. Because listen, it's slow and steady. I got a couple accounts right now where it's just like, all right, you done did too much, T, and you gotta slowly but surely bring it up. And so it's going to be reducing the risk, reducing the contract size, and you can definitely do it. It looks like Dr. N said gold is breaking that neckline. I just looked at it as well. So definitely breaking the neckline. We'll watch that. I'm still in the gold trade. I'm up $210 right now, and I am actually may move to break even in a little bit or above that, a little above that neckline, and just kind of let it play out. But no, awesome job, Zeke. You're such a producer because you're sitting there in the dark with your hoodie on. That's just giving me producer vibes.
For sure.
My man say, I just want to be behind the scenes, man. Like, I just want to make this not be all up on stage.
I'm glad about the comfort zone, though, so I definitely understand that. So, if more volunteering and helping out is required, that's what I'm on. So, definitely.
You know what I like too? I'm not the only one sitting in the dark with a black screen.
Well, there you go. Leave me not doing that alone.
Yeah. Y'all love them black screens. I used to.
Now we're both in here.
I used to, but then like certain lines and indicators on the screen, like I couldn't see because it was like a black screen. So I had to switch it up. But hey, whatever works for you, man. It sounds like you have solid trading plan. You're getting better. And this is one point I want everyone to understand. Now, we've got different levels of traders. Like you got me and Billy have been trading for a couple years now. I know Dr. Ann, off and on for a couple years, but Zeke has been trading for 3 months. He is in a challenge, but I see the growth. And if you're just starting out, just understand that it is a process. There's no way around the process at all. There's really no shortcuts to it at all. Now, as a group, we have served some of the mistakes that you would normally fall into or make, which is, that's our job. With all the training that is set up, all the support that you have, you are on a much faster track than someone who is just, trading by themselves. But there's still going to be a process to it. And so we always say, you lose big, then you start losing a little bit, then you start winning a little bit, then you start winning big. And so you'll see that trajectory. But you're on the right path, man. Reach out to me, others in the group, and we're going to get you there.
I'm looking forward to it. All I see is my future at this point. And, it kind of just helps with the database stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I'm very grateful for everything.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure, man. I'm looking at some of these comments. Freedom Trader said, music and money really like hanging out together, Isaiah.
Yeah, I love that. Yeah, I love that. I love that.
Yeah. He said, good work, never quit. Man.
Thank you, everybody in the comments. Appreciate you guys. Love y'all. Thank you.
Yeah. Healthy communities has people who are on all levels. And our mission hasn't changed. It will never change. We are stronger together. And we're going to help everybody out. It's not about one person being successful and just hoarding that success and not, sharing what they're doing to be successful. It's quite the opposite. Like you're seeing in the group the way multiple people are flourishing right now. And we've got multiple individuals that are funded 7 figures at the moment, and we've got some that are coming up close to that as well. So that's your trajectory. Just know you're headed that way. And we'll all stay connected. But this has been fun this morning. Y'all have fun?
Yeah. Well, and I like the analysis from Dr. Ann and Isaiah. It shows that they're definitely putting in the chart time. They listening to all of the information that's out there, and getting active and trying. That's the big thing is you just get into it. And I would say too, Isaiah, for learning back in February, coming in, starting a challenge, starting to actually trade that challenge and stuff. The fact that you haven't blown that challenge yet, that's a good thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's those challenges. It's called a challenge for a reason. It's designed to challenge you and see if you know how to trade. And so I think you're doing a great job so far. So keep up the good work. Keep putting in that chart time.
Yeah. Sir Billy the Viking. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, awesome. Well, hey, we are going to shut down. We're going to end this for the day. This has definitely been fun. I enjoy this, man. I really do. Next go around, I'm going to pull on Kamisha. I already called you out. We're going to try to get you on here. There's a couple more. I may try to get Brian on here. But I love to see growth. That's what we're all about. And we'll do it again, not next Friday, but the following Friday we'll be back on.
Friday.
Yes, sir. Everyone, enjoy your Friday, enjoy your weekend. But most of all, don't forget to like, to share, to subscribe. Tell a friend. I don't know if we quite hit 200 subscribers yet. I know we were very close. Let's definitely push. We can get that knocked out today. We can definitely get that knocked out. But cool. Everyone, enjoy your weekend. Great show.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Trade safe.
Have a blessed weekend, everybody.